very short amount of time, everybody. We have just played the Bo7 beta and fully finished up to level 20. That's where it usually goes, and then usually day 2 is like level 30 or whatever. I don't know how high it goes this year. It could be 30, it could be 45, whatever. What we're going to get into today is another topic of discussion that I have not had. So in our last detailed video, it was about an hour and 18 minutes or so, and it was the Ashes of the Damned, like, full information video. Super long. I wanted to just cut that down completely and go over something that's very important, given that the launch of Zombies is pretty early here. I would like to get at least 2 Zombies videos out between tonight and tomorrow morning, and this being the various field upgrades, and the perks would be the 2 that I would like to get. Specifically the field upgrades and the perks, just because I would like to get the field upgrades out last, because the perks I feel like is where the heavier difficulty comes in. So the first section of this video, we're going to be going over some of the current augments. Now every perk is going to receive 1 new minor and major augment, therefore also this guy looks like Jackie Chan. Anyway, basically, I guess we don't get another event for 42 days. Oh, the last event is 42 days, and it's the fucking Resident Evil event. Hell, Black Ops 7 might come out before that. Yes, I do want to make some other videos on Black Ops 7, but I'm just not going to be able to make them just yet. Unfortunately, because Zombies has not even released. They're delaying the release, and I honestly feel like it's because they don't want anybody to have a general perception of what Zombies is going to be like. Is what I feel like it is, but yeah, so 12 perks, right? Well, if we go and we actually count, we have 11 in this game, right? So we're going to be getting 1 new minor and major for every single of these perks, and I'll kind of go over what the new one is for each of these perks as we go through. Now, augments that you already have will carry over. Alright, but first let's go over a perk that's not in the game, called Wisp Tea. This, I'm just going to call Wisp Soda because it sounds way better, honestly, but for Wisp Soda, here's what it does. So it's kind of like a Blood Wolf Bite perk. You guys may remember that I used quite a bit in Black Ops 4. It was my favorite perk. Aside from the Winter's Whale, it was probably my favorite perk in that game. Aside from Winter's Whale and maybe Stamina Up, I think that was my favorite perk in that game. And maybe Dying Wish, those were probably my 4 favorite. And those would be what I ran most of the time. But yeah, so Wisp Soda is basically this perk that you'll buy. I don't know if we have information on how much it is, but Let's go over the major augments for it. So it has Mask of Wrath, and it spawns in this demon that goes after enemies. So there's one for this demon does more damage. That is literally the first major augment. Mask of Salvation. The fox can revive you while it's active. This can be done up to 3 times per match. Now, this is sort of like a companion perk, I suppose. Mask of Distraction. The monkey attracts enemies and does damage in an area. The maiden does not attack, but will periodically heal you. So these are the 4 off the launch major augments. You get the maiden, the monkey, the fox, and the demon. And then moving to the minor augments, you have increased wisp lifetime. Decrease the cooldown before a wisp can be summoned. The wisp will attract and avoid damage the last zombie in the round until the round times out. This is huge for those of you guys who don't want to kill the last zombie with your perk. The wisp will pick up items and power-ups for you aside from the nuke. So this is really good. This is really good alongside Vulture's Aid, in my opinion, but because aren't you guys just tired of picking up all those power-ups? This is good for that. And drink this to summon a companion wisp after killing zombies. Basically is what Wisp C is. Will provide players with an ethereal creature that will follow them around and only appear after the players deal a large amount of damage to enemies. The wisp will spawn in, kill a bunch of zombies for 30 seconds, and then go on a 2-minute cooldown. Thankfully, the wisp is also smart enough to not kill the last zombie. Now, the first perk we're starting out with here is Juggernaut. And well, as you guys can see, pause the video if you need to see. I am not going to repeat all of the goddamn augments for Juggernaut except for the new ones, because it's a lot. There's like 90 something they said, but I'm just going to tell you guys right now, you guys can look on screen and you will see the major and the minor augments. I'm going to tell you guys, pause the video, write them down if you need to. Okay. These will continue over to Black Ops 7. So, along with 2 new. You have Iron Core. Your health is increased when all of your armor plates are broken. I don't know if I like this over Probiotic, honestly. I think I prefer the extra health. And I also heard that Turtle Shell is a little bit better this year, completely absorbing damage to your rear while allowing normal damage to your front. And which is better than no damage mitigation, right? And then the rest is regular. Of course, 250 is 300 health, you know. Now for the minor augment that was added is Shake It Off. Incoming damage will occasionally be significantly reduced. This might be worth using, but I don't know. Hardened Plates is also really good. Visit Iron. Hardened Plates, yeah. So, in my opinion, Hardened Plates or Shake It Off will both be good. Jug increases max health from 100 to 250, and if you have Probiotic, to 300. Juggernaut is a staple and back to provide players with more base health. Juggernaut is used so that players can get hit a few more times before they go down, and augments help to further synergize health with the armor plate mechanics. Next up, we move to our next little perk, which is my least favorite perk in this game, aside from maybe Death Perception. I think this is actually my least favorite one, aside from Death Perception and Melee Macchiato. This might be my least favorite perk in the game. Which is funny, because if you ask me in like BO1, I would say I love that perk. It's so good. And then nowadays, that perk is garbage. So we got a new one. I currently run PhD Slider and Tribologist, right? These are super useful. However, we get a new major augment, Double Whammy, that releases a second explosion shortly after the first one, which would be kind of cool. Stuntman, wall jumping creates an explosion. I don't like wall jumping being in zombies, so I'm not a fan of this. This is Black Ops 3, maybe. Explosive dive to prone and immunity to self-inflicted explosive damage. PhD Plopper's beloved classic. Allows players to use explosive weapons without feeling the burn, as it grants immunity from self-inflicted explosives like the ray gun, rocket launchers, and other weapons that go boom. It also provides the ability to have an explosive dive, and augments make sliding around a great time. I still think Tribologist and PhD Slider are definitely the way to go there. The Elemental Pop, as you guys know, Electric Cherry, definitely my favorite. Rainbow Pop, weapons with an ammo mod equipped have a chance to deal the elemental damage that an enemy is weak to. This actually isn't a bad one. It's not really along the lines of it being called Rainbow Pop. I'm not sure why it's called that, because it doesn't really fit the name. You'd think it would be like random or something. Refreshment. Now, of course, they continue the use of cringy beverages / drink names, as they have Electric Cherry, Imperial Peach, Citrus Focus, Vulnera Bean, Pineapple Blast, Chill Berry, and now Refresh Men, which, in case you guys don't remember, actually used to be a equipment gobble gum or elixir. Kill a special or elite enemy with its elemental weakness, resets your elemental pop cooldown. Attacks and trigger random elemental ammo mods. There's no need to spend salvage on ammo mods, as Elemental Pop will allow players to trigger random ammo mod effects simply by shooting their guns. It's a lot like Tier 2 Pack-a-Punch in Black Ops 3, except with more of a sting for the undead. Now, next up is actually Melee Macchiato, but I want to make sure. Next up for Melee Macchiato, we are going to have Mocha Maul. Punch is replaced with your dedicated melee weapon. This could be extremely useful if you have Melee Macchiato and you just want to be able to like insta punch a mangler or something and kill them with your not so high level melee weapon. I'm sure there's a use for this. Next is Barista Brawl. Gain more essence for melee kills. This would be something that's probably liked by players because you wouldn't get the tiny amount of essence that you get for melee kills. Poise weapon gun butt with deadly punch. Damage of each punch continues to increase until round 30. Punch itself is faster. Expect different damage multipliers depending on the melee weapon you use. So this is a little bit different than the one that we have in Black Ops 6. It doesn't work exactly like this. You don't get different damage multipliers depending on your melee weapon, and you also do not get increased damage until round 30 every single round. Melee fans are going to love melee macchiatos. It extends the power of their punch and the speed of it far beyond what was thought possible. With a dedicated melee, its damage can multiply even further, especially with Pack-a-Punch. Let's move to the very funny Vulture's Aid, one of the most recent ones. We have Armor-Matic. Picking up an armor plate automatically applies it to your vest. This is going to fix some issues with people having to plate armor who do not like to do that, because a lot of people find it super annoying. And for the minor augment, we have Extra Serving. Special and elite enemies give you a chance to drop a large essence vial after being killed, which I imagine is like 1,000 essence within reason, right? Like 750 or 1,000 essence. Increased variety of loot dropped by enemies. Ensures that players can get more essence, armor, and other loot drops, and it's more useful than you think to ensure you can always get a supply of armor plates and essence for mid-game and late-game runs. Double tap. I always think that this is a pretty funny one. Now, I've always had double standard and double or nothing. However, there's a new one, Double Dealer. Every fourth bullet in a magazine deals double damage. This might be the first one I actually consider using, because it's not bad. That's a major augment. Minor augment is Double Down. Bullet weapons have increased penetration damage through enemies. Increased weapon fire rates. Player wants to shoot faster to extend their DPS. The double tap is a must. This increases fire rate of all weapons, and some augments even permit double damage to ensure foes aren't standing up for long. Next, we move on to a personal favorite of mine, Quick Revive, which I'm glad to see Dying Wish coming back. It is hella useful. Adrenaline Rush, killing special or elite enemy will start your health regeneration. I don't personally like this. It might be good for Xursa and like bosses like that, but I'm just not a fan of that. Emergency Medical Kit. You can now craft a self-revive kit up to 4 times. So, instead of 3 self-revives, you can have an extra self-revive. This could be useful, I could see it being useful, but Karmic Return is just a lot more useful if you're playing with your friends, in my opinion. Essential perk for solo players and any player is Quick Revive, since it will increase speed of health regen, allow you to revive allies faster. Quick Revive is necessary for tanking hits and healing it back without delay. Deadshot Daiquiri. This is the one I'm excited for, because Deadshot, last time I checked, was kind of frickin' trash. And I think we have Speed Cola, Stamina Up. I think that's the whole, and Death Perception, I think. But we'll see. So the new major augment is Dead to Rights. Bullets deal bonus damage to enemies within point blank range. Really good for like a point blank challenge, right? Minor augment is Dead Heat. Temporarily increase your movement speed after getting a point blank kill. Another thing is this is a point blank kill. It's not any kill, it's a point blank kill, meaning you have to get it from point blank range. Improve ADS precision, increases critical damage of all bullets. Headshot dagger is also extremely important as it will increase the damage of your critical hits, also provide greater aim assist to controller players. Ensure you always aim for the head even when you're not trying. Some augments even further extend critical damage and rewards. Next up is death reception. It's like they're trying to leave my boy speed cola and stamina for the end or something. Alright. The new major augment for death perception is actually called Sixth Sense, which is actually a perk from multiplayer, by the way. See enemies close behind you and take less damage from behind. I think in multiplayer it just warns you of a nearby enemy, or it marks them on your map when they're near you, within like 15 feet. Next up, we have hidden gems. Death perception can now see loot. So basically with this, death perception can see loot that's on the ground, so like guns, weapons, that type of stuff, equipment. It can spot all of that with this. Hidden gem allows you to see loot. See the outline of zombies when they're further away or behind walls, but new augments actually make death perception somewhat useful. Sixth Sense allows players to take less damage from behind, and Hidden Gem allows you to see loot. Now, Sixth Sense is something I might use. It doesn't sound terrible. Oh god, the stamina up ones are pretty bad usually, but we'll see. Guns up. Fire while sprinting. You know, I don't feel like this is a big one. Footwork. Increase non-forward sprinting speed. What the hell is it talking? Backwards sprinting speed? I'm not going to be using that. I mean, you have hard target, which I just prefer. Stalker, free faller, dasher, those are all good. I love how my favorite one is like the last one on the list, dude. My favorite perk in all of Call of Duty is like last on the list. Alright, here it is. New one, Ammo Surge. Gain a burst of speed when initiating a reload. Prestidigitation. Reloading has a chance to not use stock ammo. That might actually be helpful. I don't know if it's more helpful than swapping a gun faster, though. The unstoppable undead hordes approaching with immense speed. Players will need speed cola to reload weapons faster and replate armor faster. Speed cola can also be extended with augments, allowing for even faster reloads, weapon swaps, equipment usage, and potentially even free ammo. So I guess I wanted to just for watching the perk video. I'm gonna go over the ammo mod and field upgrades real quick, just so I'm prepared for the next few days of zombies or whatever, because I know it's gonna be pretty big. I'm gonna try to get out all my videos tomorrow for ammo mods, field upgrades, whatnot. You know. You can get those out. I can already tell you the field upgrades one ain't gonna be too long, maybe 20 minutes or less. And the ammo mods should be about 20 minutes or less. They're not gonna be long. They're gonna be incredibly short. And this one, even this one was like 25 minutes. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace out, man. And make sure you guys go check out the Bo7 beta, man. Play that, level up, have fun, you know. and thank you. Peace, love, and anarchy out.